Your mind is one of the most crucial things you have to yourself. Crucial. This is where ideas live, goals live, and where all the information that you think about goes to. I'm just saying. Why does it? Why do you think? Why do you think that you're able to think every day? It's not because of this, because of that, because of the mind. It's because of the mind. You can have a mindset that can solve any problem, or can be beneficial to you, or it can be one of the most dangerous enemies to you. Dangerous. So why not take care of it? You know? And now I know we all had days where our mind just didn't want to be with us. That's common. Our mind want our mind was against us, didn't want to do anything. Like for example, like I think a few weeks ago, I my mind wasn't in the right place. I was just laying down my bed. I don't know what I was doing. It wasn't anything bad, but I was being procrastinating a bit. Now I learned that that's gone, but I'm just saying this because we all had days where we were just laid back, basically. Just laid back right here, laid back. But that's not a good thing to have, to be honest. It's not a good thing. It really isn't. It can trick us into not getting where we want to be. The mind dictates what you are doing every single time, every single second of the day. Every single second of the day. It processes here. It processes here every day. Every second. Every single thing you do, no matter what it is, it can be picking up a pen or picking up a pencil. I don't care. That's the mind. The mind thought that, and the body did and having that type of mindset where you're just lazy, it can really ruin your days. It can ruin your days. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. So, like I said, learn how to control your mind. Learn how to control it. I don't like how there's people, they love to complain about having negative thoughts in their mind when they can change their mindset. They can change their mindset. Now I know it's not easy to change how you're thinking like under a day. For me, it took me like 2 months to get used to it. For me, but as I'm trying to say right now, even though it is part, I want to talk about why you have to care your mind. I don't care what you're thinking right now. You could be thinking about playing games, workout, whatever. You have to take care of your mind though, because we can't grow like that. We can't grow if we don't use our minds or if we don't care about our mind here. Your mind is a superpower that can literally get you anywhere in life. When take it seriously though. So, like I said, why don't we take care of it? Why why not make sure that the mind is processing what we need to think about? It doesn't make sense on how there are people who roam on this earth not caring about their mind right here. Not caring whatsoever. And it's really sad to think about because you have so much potential, yet you decide not to fix your mind or take care of your mind. If you don't take care of your mind or reprogram it, you're not gonna be successful and you're not gonna be great. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth. That's the truth. And like I said, I did struggle with how my mind was before, and it can really deceive you. The mind changes every day. It thinks about different things every day, and if you don't find a way how you can care for it, like control your mind, and and caring for your mind, the potential you have is now diminished, cut off. I have a way on how how you can care for your mind and by how you think, and it's helped me tremendously. I still do this to this day. I still do this to this day, and it really calms down my mind. It doesn't really make me overwhelmed about stuff, because when you're overwhelmed, you're not gonna be successful because you're stressing out over stuff that most likely you haven't even done yet. So, let me explain how I care for my mind and how you can implement it right away as well. So, during this time, my mindset was changing. I was learning how to care for myself, do good things that'll make me successful, and focus on my future. My future. I was starting to develop myself in a really good way. And so I noticed how my mind was so caught up in things. Like I was developing myself, like I was like working out, learning new stuff, like stuff for me that I want to do. And personally just growing. Like just growing. But I didn't account for my mind during that time. I only accounted for me working out, being clean, hygiene. That's really it. I didn't really care for my mind right here, which I found out was important. Really important. I was starting to get used to my routine that I made. I was starting to get used to it. I was starting to be good about it. I had a streak on having good days, like good routine days. I was like I said, I was feeling great about it, but my mind didn't feel the same. It started it started to think about how tomorrow's supposed to be, and if I don't complete those set tests tomorrow, I'm a failure. Yeah, I'm a failure. Now, like I said, I didn't know how to care for my mind at all. Like at all. Like you if you told me how to control, I'll be like, hmm, yeah. So because of that, my mouth started to hurt a lot, and I mean like a lot. I can't describe the pain to be exact, but it was hurting. It was like a headache, kind of headache, but a little worse. That's the best I can describe it right now. I would have this for like around a couple of weeks until I started to notice until I started to notice how it was starting to affect my progress. Because you know that progress it makes us grow, of course, but my mind was starting to interfere with that. So I had to act act up. I had to act out. No. Now during this time, I would now start to worry about everything. Literally everything. Worrying about everything can really mess up your day. Really mess up your day. I would get mad over things that didn't go right, and my mind would still be hurting. Like it's like I had no control over a set problem that affected my routine, and I was like, no, no, no. Yeah, my mind hardly predicted how the next day is gonna be like. If it didn't go according to plan, my mind started to hurt by overthinking because of the thoughts of it. So what I did was that I decided to see why my mind was hurting, since it was now starting to affect me, my routine mostly, because it just wanted to be in a mental breakdown, saying I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and then that's when I realized I need to calm down my mind. My mind was taking up so much info that it would start to hurt me. I was doing good, like I said, but I was taking too much information at once. That now my mind is starting to hurt, and I can't really think. So I did some research that day. I called on my mind, and I made a three-step process that I still use to this day. Like I said, I still do this every day. Even if my mind is not hurting that much, I still do it every day. It still helps me clear my mind and plan out stuff accordingly. Like I said, it's good to. Oh yeah, another thing. It's good to plan out days, but don't just think about the days. I just want to say that just to clarify that. The first thing I do is I meditate. I meditate for around like 7 minutes. However much time is good for you. I've said like for a starter, 3 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. That's what I started with, but now I'm sticking with seven. So, and I meditated in a cool, dark place. Like for example, my room. It can be anywhere for you, but make sure in an area that's quiet. Make sure that the place you're there is just, you know, silent. No, you can't hear nothing. You're just with your thoughts, meditating. No, meditating. It helps clears the mind and not let go on a rampage on thinking. It clears the mind a bit. It really does. Then after that, I drink some water. This is usually for me because water, it really keeps my mind refreshed because now my mind is kind of a little blank, and water really helps me wash wash out all the bad stuff and makes me like think like in a more good way. That's to me. But you can drink any like drink that you think is that's like calming you down and making you think better. But I recommend water since I don't really think energy drinks or other drinks can really help with that. But that's on you to decide. For me, I drink water like around like 15 to 20 ounces, and if you're drinking water, it can be more, but it's up to you. For me, around a 15 to 20 ounces, it's a good range for me. So yeah. Lastly, I do something productive. I do something productive that I like to do, and that can be for you, like like maybe write journaling. I heard that's pretty good. Um, Listen to music, which is what I do. I listen to calming music that that I like that's good for me. But it can be anything. Maybe probably like you playing games, you take some sun. It's on you. Just do something that's productive that you like. What that does is it takes your mind off the things that you might need to do, and it gives your mind a sense of peace during the day. Now, of course that we have to do things that are important every day. We have to do stuff that we need to do. But this usually takes like around, hmm, depending on your time, it can be like around 30 minutes to do. For me, mine just take like 15 minutes, but try and adjust it to your schedule. 'Cause I don't know everyone's schedule. Trust me on that. But you can do it any day, any time. To be honest, anytime that you're free, you can do this. If you're starting to feel like your mind's hurting or not, it still helps. It gives you a sense of peace too. It gives you a sense of clarity and peace. You don't have to worry about that. And it's something that I like to say a lot. There's a sentence that I like to say to describe that, and that's calm during the storm. That's how to describe it. Calm during the storm. You can have like a bad day, probably but your girlfriend broke up with you. You got a bad grade. You lost this amount of money, and you have that sense of peace. That's calm during the storm. That's calm during the storm. That's all you need to do. Doing this can literally make your mind rest from that thinking that you have that's affecting you bad, or just overthinking in general. It can heal, and you can heal from it. You, my friend, you can heal from it, from your mind hurting. And like I said, this still helps me to this day. I still do it. This still helps me to this day by me not worrying about stuff anymore. Because now I know. Let me not overthink on this too much. Let me plan this out. You can do this right now. Right, like right now, unless you're busy after watching this video. But if you have time at this video, you can do it now. There's no there's no time specific time to do it. You can do it literally right now. Depending on how long you're going to take on it, Like I said, you could take like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, adjust it to your schedule. But trust me, it will work. It will work. From me. That's all. That's all to say for today. Make sure to work out when planned. Rest your mind, please. From my three methods, my 3-step method. And remember, stay consistent. I know I keep saying this, but consistency in anything you do will make you great. And that's a thing that you're consistent on. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.